I think there will be a lot of men that are partying, that indulge, that don't believe that they're predators. They minimize it and they think that it's just entertainment, it's just relaxation, it's just part of the party.
She and other human trafficking survivors are offering their real perspective with you tonight as we focus on the dark side of what can go along with an event like the Super Bowl.
Now, we're hearing a lot about human trafficking in the news these days, but what is it really? I hit the streets after dark to give you a glimpse of what it means to be trafficked. It's a story that we're going to show you as raw and real as possible tonight. We do want to give a warning for parents. What you're about to see and hear is sexual in nature. US 41 in Fort Myers. During the day, it's business as usual. But when the sun goes down, business of a different kind comes to light.
41 is a stroll, but back here is where you will find a lot of action.
Ramona Miller has been an advocate for human trafficking victims since before most of us were aware of the buzz term. We rode along with her one night through what she calls the trenches.
We have the WWE that will be happening in Tampa, and then we also have the Super Bowl that will be occurring in Miami. And with those two things occurring, and we're right here in the middle, it puts us strategically in a place to where we will be seeing new faces.
On this night, Ramona runs into a familiar face.
How did you become free from your trafficker?
Arrested. I got arrested.
You got arrested?
I got arrested.
When was this? How old were you?
Well, like I said, I've been in the dope game since I was 11 years old. I got first introduced to drugs. When I first got trafficked, I was like 25. It was right after my father had killed himself.
She says the people who were supposed to be her friend abandoned her.
So somebody treat my weakness and, come here, I'll help you. I'll put a roof over your head. I'll make sure you have food in your stomach. You make sure I got high to the point where I depended on you.
And then as she, grew, she ended up losing both parents. What do you do when you have no one in the world? You have that void.
Something that traffickers pick up on and take advantage of.
The first time I was trafficked, I was 13 years old, and I was trafficked by my family. The second time I was trafficked, I was 18 years old, and it was also by family through coercion.
Tori Lynn is a survivor after being trafficked in Pinellas County. When she was 18, she says she was allowed to go to a house in Fort Myers.
I was allowed to stay there, to have a roof over my head, and I didn't know Fort Myers.
So basically, it can happen, human trafficking can happen anywhere. However, for those that I serve, it's usually in this area.
This is part of the stretch referred to as the stroll. And in my few hours out here, I've noticed some of the same faces walking around. I tried to talk to some of them as a journalist and see if they would share their story with me. Each exchange brief but awkward. What stands out the most is that these women seemed more at ease making a sexual exchange than having a conversation with me.
This is the stroll. And that is because this is where the girls stroll. This is where a lot of them pick up their dates. Their dates pick them up.
Ramona gets a call, and we meet back up with her friend a few blocks off the stroll.
You need some more condoms? How many in there?
Two girls. Non-latex. Yes, sir. You want to tell me you can't use a condom? You allergic to latex? Got some for you.
You got everything you need? You need more Narcan?
Ramona's approach is to meet human trafficking victims where they are, figuratively and literally. She doesn't try to rescue them before they're ready.
It hurts me, actually, to just give Narcan and leave them, give food and leave them, give a blanket, knowing that they're going to probably sleep in the bushes.
It is such an epidemic.
It is.
Does it go hand in hand with the opioid epidemic?
Most definitely. There's more of a chance of heroin and fentanyl being in the veins of a human trafficking victim in this area than there not being.
Tori says she was a substance abuser.
I didn't know any other way to deal with the trauma that I had been through. That was the only way I knew to not feel.
Not feel the pain of her 13-year-old self.
What did I ever do to you? What did I ever do to you that you don't love me? What did I do to you that you don't like me? What did I do to you that you're so mean to me? That little girl. Because that's where it all starts. That is someone's daughter. That is someone's niece. That is someone's mother. It's not just simply a woman there for your pleasure.
Tori was rescued in 2014 by Into the Jordan and is actually now part of their ministry team. Now, to give you a better idea of the scope of this, we wanted to show you some of the hard numbers on human trafficking in Florida. According to the National Human Trafficking Hotline, of cases reported in 2019, more than 300 were female, while more than 60 were male. Nearly 300 were adults, about 75 minors. As for who was contacting the hotline, the biggest group, apart from victims themselves, was members of the community. Now, if you or someone you know is a victim of human trafficking and in immediate danger, you should call 911. We also have plenty of other resources, including more information on both Ramona and Tori on our website. That's fox4now.com.